burrito plus wheel equals a 40. Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome back. Now, if last week I did a car for the views, this week I am doing a car for myself. I love the 2CV. I think it is probably one of the coolest cars ever made. And I know everyone's probably like, how can you say that? It's a little people's car. But you know what? If we look through history, the people's cars are always the ones that we remember. I think the 2CV and the 500 and the Beetle are probably three of the most iconic cars ever made. Even if we don't particularly love the way they look or love them in general, I think they're just so cool. And to me, the 2CV has kind of the best story of the three. And I think it's just, in my personal opinion, undoubtedly the coolest one of the bunch. And I know you're probably asking, why do you think this one's the coolest one? It's probably the ugliest of the three, and it's just kind of strange. But it has the best story, and basically this car was built to essentially get rid of like the horse and buggy in the French countryside. And so it comes with all these weird quirks for like a French farm car, but it also works really well in a city. And they ended up making like a bunch of different versions. Like they made a 2CV with two engines called the Sahara, which was basically like two engines in case one of them blew up in the middle of the desert, and then that way you could just like limp home with one engine. Boo-hoo. And then they had like a little pickup truck version and a van version, and just the normal car was pretty cool. And the suspension is ridiculous. If you've never looked up the 2CV suspension, I highly recommend it because it's just weird. And just look at it. It looks like an angry little old man or something. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful little car, and I love it very much. So without further ado, let's get into me sketching it. So I'm going to take the same approach as last week, because I think it's kind of the one I've liked the best so far. So I'm just going to talk for a little bit, the beginning and end of me sketching, and then sort of shut up for the middle part. So getting into this design, I feel this is definitely a car that takes pretty well to electrification. I think kind of any city car does. So I took a main focus on aero efficiency, which ended up basically immediately translating to me personally to bring the front windshield all the way forward to kind of capture that old grille location. This, greatly improves aerodynamics, and just generally kind of keeping that teardrop shape, and then the flared fenders, because the flared fenders are cool. Sure, they take up some extra cabin space, but you need space when you can have juicy fender flares. So that is that. And I tried to generally keep the kind of quirkiness of the vehicle, but bring a little bit of modern flair and presence into it, and just kind of think of more unexpected ways of doing things, I guess. And hope you enjoy. ready. As it starts to wind down, I should explain the little kind of quote-unquote wing at the back. I just did this to keep the bubbly round proportion, like the overall silhouette, but reduce drag because like bubbles are shit in the wind tunnel, so this sort of just gives it some sort of like clean slot or edge to kind of end on, like a cam tail, but just a very subtly integrated wing. And then I did this removable suitcase feature in the back, which kind of just pays homage to the whole picnic aspect of this vehicle, which was a whole another part of its story, which is just to be able to like go either sell goods at a market or kind of go on a picnic in this vehicle. I can't take the seats out of a car anymore because that's illegal, as this thing used to do, but I figured having some little suitcase that you can maybe like pick up and bring your lunch into somewhere would be a nice little tie back. And then both at the front and rear, I also did these inverted bumpers because I think it gives the car character and a bit of quirkiness, and they kind of take away a level of refinement because, let's be honest, the original car kind of looks like some French people got together with some random metal that they found in their backyards and thought, you know what, we ought to make a car. And I didn't really want to lose that feeling, so that's kind of why I did that. I just thought like having a straight blunt front end like a normal modern car would be sort of boring. I think it kind of lose the essence of this thing. So that's all. I'm gonna stop talking. You've all probably heard enough of me for tonight, so I'm gonna leave it there. I hope everyone has a great week, and I will see you for the next video, which probably won't be next week because my partner's coming into town, and kind of also I just want to take a little bit of a break. I feel like it's a bit stressful to kind of like do these and also have work. I'd like a little bit of rest and relaxation. So I will catch you whenever another video comes out, and I will try to think of another car to do in the meantime. But until then, cheers.